Hello, dear Leo. I'm Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your April 2022 horoscope. And we kick off the first week of April with an Aries new moon canoodling with Mercury and Chiron in your ninth house. Then a couple days later, Mars will canoodle with Saturn in Aquarius in your seventh, and Venus makes her move into Pisces, where she's exalted. She loves being there. That's your eighth house. This month of April has a theme for you around the charming, sexy side of you being expanded and really activated to get what you want and what you need when it comes to your career, your finances, and your intimate relationships. Sounds pretty good, right? But there is going to be some things to navigate throughout the month. So we kick off the month of April with this Aries new moon. And this could spark some intentions where you need to travel more, or you at least need to get out and do some more things. And you could see yourself really excited about learning new subjects that inspire you. Some things like leadership, or maybe you're an actor, or you're doing something on stage, because I know, Leo, you like to be in that spotlight. So you learn more about those subjects, and they just give you that added confidence that you need to be even better at what you do. And with this ninth house being active, you're wanting to expand your horizons. And it's one of those things where you may philosophize a little bit, and you could think in really abstract terms, but it gives you a chance to expand the mind, be really open. And if you're single, meet somebody who may be of a foreign background, has a spiritual mindset to it. Maybe you're planning on going to some spiritual retreat, and you're like, I have the intention of meeting somebody of like spiritual mind here. Cool. If you're partnered with somebody, then what you may find is you two sitting down and philosophizing about something, maybe something that's happening in the world, or something that is near and dear to your heart, and it can create more intimacy for you, a greater bond. And it also has this wonderful exchange of ideas that come in. And also this, because it's a new moon and you're setting new intentions, you may be looking for ways that you can express yourself more independently, that set your sights on something bigger than yourself. So for instance, some of you Leos, I feel, especially as you're graduating high school or college, may decide that you want to go travel abroad. I know what's happening in the world may prevent some of that, hence Mars canoodling with Saturn. But you may find that you start planning, even though things are a little volatile, at least knowing that it's out there can give you some sense of encouragement and lightheartedness. Now, let's talk about this Mars canoodling Saturn in your seventh house. If you're feeling blocked in a particular relationship at this time, you can push through these barriers using that will that Mars has, and find unusual ways that you can take things to the next level. That maybe it's a talk therapy thing, that you have this breakthrough, or you just decide, you know what, instead of us sitting down and talking about it in this room, let's go on a walk and let's get out in nature. Let's do something that we both enjoy doing, some form of activity even. And that helps to get through some of the things that you may have felt restricting to you. And then you can start setting your sights on some bigger goals that the two of you have. Now, this isn't just romance. It could also be a partnership in business. But if we are talking about romance, this is one where you are going to find, you're going to be very passionate about finding the answers so that you can have deeper understanding with that beloved. If you're single and you're not dating anybody, then this most likely will activate this desire in you to say, how do I break through my own constructs, my own limiting beliefs here? Aries new moon, ninth house. How do I break through these beliefs that I can't manifest that partner that I ultimately want? And now I can think out of the box. What am I not asking? What's the question? Not necessarily the answer, but what's the question I'm not asking that needs to be asked here? And you may decide to employ a professional to help bring that out in you. You can also be driven to resolve certain issues that have restricted a deeper connection or communication with others. It's a great place to take yourself to a workshop or to have a conversation with a professional, maybe buy a book that helps you get a deeper understanding. I think of the book Attachment. You know, we all have different attachment styles in relationships. Maybe that's something you explore and say, okay, maybe I'm the avoider. How do I change that, or how do I work with that, right? So these are the kind of things that may pop up this first week of April. Now, Venus in Pisces, as I mentioned, she loves being in Pisces, activating this eighth house. This makes you very smart, very sexy, and dreamy and charming. That's where a lot of this activation comes from. And you also may be attracted to those types of people as well. You can also attract money and resources that can enhance your own attractive qualities with Venus here. So use this transit well. You want to get your way? Well, you find yourself extra charming, might be able to paint a pretty picture for somebody about who you are, why you do what you do, how you do it, and you find that people just seem to throw resources at your feet. If you're not looking for casual encounters at this time, most likely as Venus transits here, you could find yourself drawn to people who really want to go deep into matters that activate that real sensitive side of you, and that emotional bonding and connection happens. It's great if you are bonded with somebody, or you're in the dating world and you're going, I don't want the casual, I want something deep and meaningful that we can both be vulnerable and we can both be intimate with. Just be cautious about attracting romantic partners who need rescuing, because if you're going into those deeper subjects and it activates that rescuer in you, you could get taken advantage of, or you may end up getting into a situation, a relationship that you drain some of your resources. So do watch out for that. Bonded couples, you can turn your relationships into a business at this point. So if you two feel like you're madly in love and you have got a strong relationship and you have this really great business idea, you may decide to do it together. I just think about like real estate as being one that you guys go into together. Maybe you're flipping homes, or you decide that one is the realtor and one is the contractor, and you work together that way. That's just one idea. Loans are also really favored here. So if you're needing some extra income or some extra buffer, then do apply for your loans at this time, and watch how the universe just lines that up beautifully for you. Mercury enters Taurus April 11th in your 10th house. So success in your career comes through solid decision making, building those strategic partnerships, communicating with clarity, step-by-step processes that align with the bigger vision. And then learning more about your role, what you do well, will produce opportunities that can help you be seen as a leader in your field. If you're already a leader, then learning more about how you can become more self-aware, more improved, is going to benefit you in the long run. I also see several of you Leos building a team of people at this time. Maybe you've been given a department and now you have to build out a team in order to be successful with this department. This is a really great placement for you. And if you are in, let's say, the public eye, then being able to be on the speaking circuit or sharing your ideas that are step by step have great influence here for you. Jupiter and Neptune canoodle in your 8th house on April 12th. Of course, this is a big talk of the town because Jupiter and Neptune haven't canoodled in Pisces since 1856. So it's been quite some time. But this is in your 8th house. We're going to talk about Leo instead of the general population, if you will. This can increase your influence and power in strategic relationships where you can benefit from others. So this is another reason that I keep pointing back to the building and deepening of your partnerships are going to be important for your long-term success. So network, take people for coffee for the sake of just being with them, getting to know them, and offering yourself the opportunity to expand not only your influence, but expand your mind and give yourself some, let me put it this way. Gone are the days where we separate personal from business. Now, the more intimate we can know our coworkers, the people that we interact with regularly, the better off we can be supportive and we can come together in community. That's what this can activate for you. Yes, this is eighth house, which has to do with your more intimate relationships. But regardless of whether we're talking personal or professional, this can be of great benefit to you because you've got Jupiter and Neptune sitting here, which are co-rulers of Pisces, and they can really activate a component within your partnerships that give you greater trust. And if you trust somebody and they trust you, wow, you're going to move mountains. Just watch out for being overly generous with resources or being taken advantage of. That's something where people may not see the boundaries. Maybe you don't communicate the boundaries very well. So you do want to watch out for some of that. I will also say, Leo, that those of you who are looking to get pregnant, this is a great cycle for that, expanding your family, expanding your resources. So obviously with more mouths to feed, you'll need more resources, right? But this gives you an opportunity to do that. And you may be more spiritually minded and metaphysically minded, but this can really complement the conversations because again in leadership it's really more about mindset and self-awareness than it is in the day-to-day hard tasks. So this gives you a chance to be able to practice and hone some of those skills as well. Mars is going to assist on April 15th when it moves into Pisces in your eighth house. And this could give you a feeling of really being driven to be of great service. And you may even be driven to help the underdog here. There's some self-sacrificing that could take place versus the will to get things done. You could find yourself going, I know I have all this stuff I have to do, but I want to escape. I want to get out of here. So you may find moments of that coming in and you have to will yourself to stay the course. But this is a great time to find maybe charity or healing work or something that allows you to champion for those who may need your resources. They may need your stability, your trust, your intimacy. And intimacy isn't just about sex, even though, yes, we'll talk about the relationship piece. This is a wonderful time to deepen the bonds of anybody that you may call beloved. Going with the flow can also help mitigate any tensions of guilt, or excuse me, any feelings of guilt or tensions that may arise. And so giving yourself permission to be a little more passive in certain areas can invite others to reveal more of themselves, again, creating greater bonds. We have a full moon in Libra in your third house. This is a great placement for releasing ideas that help others feel really good. Maybe they help you feel good. And you can gather abstract information, put it into layman's terms. It's a great placement if you're releasing some form of publication. Maybe you've been working on a presentation, a deck, a business plan, getting that released out there. And it's also a very highly sociable time for you. So you may be on a short trip. You may be visiting some friends or visiting local communities, things like that. You can also be mediating between people or siblings. That is something else that could pop up at this full moon. We have Mercury canoodling with Uranus as well as sextiling Venus on April 18th. I sense some good news coming to you in your career or in your resources, promotion, if that's what you've been wanting and really working towards, or at least getting that greater role. And Mercury enters Gemini 11th house on April 29th. So you may find yourself really interested in connecting and socializing with more people and learning about different topics that get involved with, say, group dynamics or topics that your friends are interested in. You may find yourself going on a short trip with some friends during this time. And you can see that some humanitarian interests take over. You could deliberately associate yourself with really highly intelligent people. So if you feel like you need more inspiration, you need more topics to just get you that oomph, this is a great time for you to do that. And we finish the month of April with a new moon in Taurus on the 30th, and Venus will canoodle Jupiter at this time. This should be one of your best times for setting intentions for your next steps in the career growth, having those conversations with your boss or having conversations with your teams, your beloved, that helps gain you a greater spotlight. If you're in the, let's say, film industry, this can also be a perfect time to release that movie and be given the the positive thumbs up, that this is going to be the best thing ever. It can help you build a future for yourself and for others as well at this new moon. So you may be setting some intentions around that and finding ways that you can have more resources to accomplish the things that help you feel as though you're being of great benefit to the world. All right, Leo, I really hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Please come find me at jamiedawn.com, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have such a great month.